This break brought to you by Netflix. For a free 30-day trial, head on over to netflix.com/GameBreakerTV. Well, the reaction to The Elder Scrolls Online has been kind of a mixed bag, and I don't think that was too unexpected. Apparently, not even to the creators. In a recent interview, when their marketing chief actually spoke up about this. On the line, I've got Mr. Jason Winter to tell us more. Jason, what did they have to say?
Well, Eurogamer had an interview with Pete Hines of Bethesda, and he said that the reactions they got to Elder Scrolls Online were mixed, but they anticipated that would be the case. He knew that people would just want the Skyrim MMO, but that wasn't technically feasible. And if there's something they could do, well, then they would. They'd be stupid not to. But he says things went pretty well at E3, and the people actually trying to get to try the game themselves, have a much better impression than what they've been reading about from various outlets, which to me just sounds a tiny bit like throwing certain media outlets under the bus. But maybe that's just me.
Wonder who that may be. It's definitely not Game Breaker TV. Yeah, I actually sat in on the demonstration that they gave behind closed doors. Got to see a lot more of the footage and fly-throughs and combat and PvP and I got about a 30-minute presentation, so it was a pretty big mixed bag. I can see why the reactions are going to be mixed as well. And like you said, I think that's the first thing everybody said, right, was, where's the first person? And
where's my dragons? Where's my Fus for Daw,
Yeah, and it probably doesn't really seem feasible.
Yeah.
What do you think? Are you buying this, though? Or does this sound like a case of, yeah, we expected that, but they're just sort of saying that after that happened?
I'm pretty sure that they expected some negativity, which is pretty much standard with any MMO reveal, but I don't know that they're prepared for how much they're getting. Pete compares it to Fallout 3, which maybe where I just came from. I never played Fallout 1 or 2, but Fallout 3 was a revival of a franchise that had been dormant for 10 years, and I think the number of players who were in it were really the minority, and it was made to appeal more to current, Oblivion fans than Fallout fans, whereas this is different. This is something that was supposed to appeal to a very current fan base, 10 million or so people who played Skyrim, and so they have much higher expectations and more specific expectations. And I think they were expecting that there were gonna be people who had an issue with it, but with so many people available, they thought that they would get a lot of them still liking it. But I think it's been more in the opposite direction for them.
Do you think it's possibly because there's, besides it being when I talked about this on when we covered it from E3 about it's the draw right now is that it's the Elder Scrolls, right? It's that universe. But is it because just a lack of sort of messaging? We don't have anything particular. There's no big, oh my God, unbelievably wow of crazy, that's unbelievable moment in anything that they're showing us. It's just the Elder Scrolls MMO.
Yeah, that's basically what they're selling it on. Whereas opposed to, when we first started hearing about Skyrim, there was that big, huge trailer of the guy running from the dragon and the music and all that majestic stuff, whereas we just haven't gotten anything like that yet.
I've got my theory. My theory is people are and I don't know anything. I don't know anything that much about the PvP. It was like a sliver. I have a feeling the PvP is what's going to sell this game. Anyway, that's all I'm saying. I don't know why. I think it's got Dark Age of Camelot written all over it. So what's the next step for them? What do you think in terms of PR and their efforts to market the game? What do you think they need to do?
Well, after getting nothing for years, and the game being rumored to be out or rumored to be in development and so on, we just got a ton of stuff very quickly. I mean, this only was announced on May 3rd, so we're barely a month in. I think we need time to absorb it and slow things down a bit. I mean, we were doing hits on this almost every day. There's some new interview or video or whatever, and I think what they need to do is go with a fewer number of pieces, but more in depth about what they're doing and why they're taking the approaches that they are. Like when Guild Wars 2, when they say they're doing something different, ArenaNet does a big article, a blog post on why it's different to try to explain it to you, to win you over, as opposed to just throwing a bunch of stuff out there and hoping you catch the line or two about it. And of course, more visuals, as we said, for a game coming out in maybe a year and a half, you'd think they'd have at least some more action footage to show instead of just, the fly-throughs or the, characters standing around looking at the camera. Now, I think seeing that, short of actually playing the game, seeing something like that will have the best chance, I think, of converting non-believers.
Well, we know they do have it. I mean, they showed it behind closed doors. I'm actually surprised that some of that footage didn't surface after E3, which is kind of usually what happens a lot of the times. Is the stuff that gets seen behind in the meeting rooms. They actually do release it. I haven't seen anything yet. I haven't been to unearth it, but there obviously is combat footage. It looks quite polished. I think if they showed it to everybody in the world where to actually see it, I think you guys would be really pleasantly surprised. So, I don't know. Jason says less is more. I say more is more. Keep it coming. Keep it coming right here. For all your video game news, keep it locked and dialed in right here to GameBreaker.tv, and we'll see you later.